See if these students are too much. They put a foot wash in front of the door, waiting for the teacher to come to class. One of the students told the whole class. Master went to the hallway, and everyone immediately pulls out their phones. Back to the scene where you were covered in water. The result is... Let's watch the slow motion video again. Suppose the time when the water tank falls is not 8 seconds. It only took me 0.2 seconds to find it. Then take 0.3 seconds to rotate. Then another 0.3 seconds to beat the pot with elbows. And this foot wash. They hit the student's head. The most special class. What kind of background does this teacher have? That's how good it is. Let's watch all the movies together to know the answer. This man's name is Chen. I went back to my old school today to teach. And this class is the most special class of the German school. All the students in this class are idiots. Let's watch together. What do these students do in class? The first day of training, I walked in and said good morning to the class, but not learning. Students who pay attention to you. Your students are cooking noodles in the middle of class, and he's collecting money from other people. Go to the bottom of the class. I told the student that, don't throw that much spice, because there's a lot of sodium in the spice pack. If you eat a lot, you get high blood pressure. Of course the student wouldn't listen. The more you stop, the more you leave. He called the teacher an idiot. Round ceiling back and forth. I saw a student in a ukulele class. I was calm enough to say you should adjust the lipstick first. Then to LA. Bear together go to the tomboy barber girl. I'm reading a car magazine. They say this car is the fastest. That's 307 kilometers per hour. The maximum speed in Hong Kong is 110. I have to take a driver's license before I drive. At the last table, there's a student playing a game. The ceiling goes to the warning. The refractive rate of the phone is not dotted 8 years. You have to be careful not to damage that eye. Next to the round ceiling wake up the sleeping students. But no one cares about you. I wrote my name on the board. Oh my god, the name. What the countryside doesn't know. The students laughed at his name. Chen saw that. I decided to give these kids a lesson. You take a piece of spandex and you use a piece of chalk as a bullet in the elastic and shoot it straight at the head of the fire hydrant. The students got wet like rats. Hurry out of class. Just like that, Chen Xia just made a mistake with all the students. But I'm still determined to educate these kids. So people, 5 students in a class is a special case. Let's look at this group of 5 together. These include AI. The first one is the crow's nest. Original in Pakistan and born in Hong Kong. Because you have black skin, I've been discriminated against and bullied by my friends since I was a kid. For music. The second person is this tomboy girl who is the king. She was born into a male-dominated family. We all love our brother. So from the bottom of my heart, you always wanted to be a boy. The third and fourth are twins. The prophecy and the prophecy. Your father is an alcoholic. Regularly beat the 2 brothers. The fifth person is lie. Is the CA of this group of 5. Your parents died, so you had to roll around in real life. 5 people were on the basketball court. See the girl you like. Teased by the basketball team captain. He threw the water bottle into the yard in anger. The captain hit the water bottle and fell to the ground. The captain looked at the 5 of them and said, he will surely take revenge. The teacher is passing by coincidence. To see everything. Punish the whole group to copy. But it's not easy to punish this particular group of students. They have an excuse to pay the penalty. And I'm stuck deep in the notebook. You just opened the book. Now, the syllabus and the exams on the table are all wet. Individual group of students make devil face with leave. The next day, Chen Xia went to teach the students who wanted to expel him. So the class put a foot wash in front of the door. And there's this scene at the beginning of the video. A whole basin of water to wash your feet directly into the person. The whole class knows now. The head teacher knows martial arts. I don't blame your students. He started teaching his students in a very strange way. This boss is very different. It's a teacher who lets her students smoke in class. I told the police to take the cigarette. Tell the whole class. If I could answer your question, won't have to study anymore. The first question, what is the chemical composition of this cigarette? Class team raised hand answered nicotine tar. Carbon bonus, right? You can go. Have fun getting out of class. The other kids are all admiring banging their desks. Give each of you a cigarette to drop out of school. The second question, who can tell me? What parts are cigarettes made of? I even drew a picture of a cigarette on the board. The twin brothers replied, cigarette wrapper, paper fiber and filter head. The answer is correct but incomplete. Ask what the filter is for. I even let Lee smoking as a model for everyone. The students immediately shouted. First time, people saw the teacher letting the students smoke. When Lee macro tongue lit his cigarette. Go get a cigarette. People have never been taught anything like this. The particular students feel very new. He used this strange method to teach knowledge to your students. But this way of teaching, also seen by the principal and school leaders. Because the principal's students are all individual students. 01 AI can pass college. The Department of Education has decided to cut the school is about to close. During lunch hour, captain of the basketball team defying the truth of the cross-country. Individual student groups and football teams rush into a fight. There's a lot of students standing around talking. They're being dragged out by the guards. Dragged out into the hallway. And they kept yelling at each other. The captain scolded the macrothong as a fatherless child. This has touched the pain of Lee. I see two people preparing to fight again. Chen immediately stood in the middle of the can. Because of the fight, this time, the principal wants to expel a group of 5 individuals. The teacher tries to help the students. And take this on yourself, even if you are my students. Look, I want you to change. You have to deal with them one by one. First Tran Heap to the first class. Help me stand on the stage. To realize the dream, Xia sings the second Tran Heap wants to help. The king and her father. 3 people together play gokket racing. Then design an unexpected accident. The father of King Nam say the words that are hidden deep inside. In fact, he loved the king very much. You two finally made up. Then I came to find the twins. The prophecy and the prophecy. Then invite your father to drink. Sit back with the students. Let's talk together. The father got it wrong. And the knots in their hearts are untied. The 5th person you're looking for is Li. Tran Heap knows. The most difficult person to change is the brain. You were raised by your grandmother. She said Li was a good student. Take out the rewards handbook. Turns out the records are up there. It's all because the macro fills itself out. Li is very good at understanding things. You always work harder to shop for items in the house. This thief is very brave. Dare to steal the yellow lighter of the gangster boss. More work in the casino. This time you steal. Was discovered. The boss was angry. He gave his juniors a fight. Remember the boss. Give you a chance. He wants to pull you into the group. You take advantage of the macro. Put drugs into the water of the boxing king. He wants the boxing king to lose this fight. The boxing king loses. You will have money. He pretended to get water. Then put the medicine in the water bottle. Then quickly spin the lid back. Give water to the boxing king. By the time the boxing king was about to drink, the assistant found out. Medicine bottle and thong bag. Big Data is trying to explain. He was gagged by the boss. The water bottle is dropped. The medicine was poured straight into Li's mouth. But the boxing king is still not upset. He poured more than 20 bottles of water into his mouth. Then lock him in the dressing room. Fortunately, Tran Heap came to find the reason. The guy in the dressing room kept calling for help. More than peeing out my pants. I see my students being bullied. They're going to confront the gangsters directly. Bear round out 2 moves to defeat a guy. You pick up a weapon and you stab it in the thigh. Punch him in the ass and grab him. Then you're alone with a bunch of people. The ceiling begins its performance. Every right is a fallen man. Now there's a guy who's sneaking around. I picked up the stick angrily. One shot, I fell on top of the closet. And then you grab a leg and you fall on him. Chen went to the front of the dressing cabinet. I didn't expect to be hit from behind. But he was still beaten by the naked round Cho could not rise. The people behind me saw that the situation was not right. Bear round quick blow. Precisely powerful and extremely definitive. A kick that caused the enemy to roll to the ground. Li was locked in the locker. They were also thrown out. Now he's screaming and the AI isn't coming. See the provocative round ceiling. The boxing king decided to do it himself. Just rushed up and launched the return link. The ceiling only defends. And you're still knocked down on the table. Chen seems to be a little weaker. By the way, I'm holding a wooden stick. Banged on the head of the boxing king. Then Chen Xia quickly counterattacked, hugging one of his fallen legs. I want to control the boxing king. He was pushed out by him. The boxing king is very strong. Ceiling half change tactics. Start agile moves to dodge. The boxing king didn't hit you. Chen Xia started to counterattack. Fill your opponent's face with oil. Then punch a punch in the face. The boxing king was punched and couldn't see clearly. Ceiling half rushing dressing cabinet. To block the way of the boxing king. And then hit him repeatedly. The boxing king found that he could not stand it anymore. He hugged Chen tightly and he fell to the ground. The ceiling is banged on the head, feeling the sky is spinning. And the boxing king was heavier than fainting on the spot. The boxing king has been defeated. The next day, the boxing king was defeated. Transmitted by LAN everywhere. The whole school is rocking. At SAO Tran Heap fight so well. It turns out that before that, when I was in German school, you're the most exceptional student in the history of the school. Alone, you could have ruined the school graduation. I even beat the piano champion and knocked down the principal's statue. The statue fell and crashed into the hands of the piano champion. The nose of the headmaster's statue also fell off. So the principal decided to expel Chen. He was expelled and transferred to military school. After growing up, he was sent to the battlefield. So I don't care about life and death anymore. The next day Chen came to class. The whole class stood up and greeted me. The students are all very excited, listening to Tran Heap lecture. The atmosphere of the class was very exciting. But the revelation officials can't stand the pressure of learning. So I can jump in my LAN. Because Chen is your teacher. Should be involved according to. Chen took full responsibility and got fired by the school. All the students know the news. They all rushed after me, but not in time. The school is also facing aid cuts. This also goes to the gangster boss's ear. He wanted the school to close. Because the school hindered the expansion of his estate. Graduation day finally arrived. Gangster boss stormed into the classroom. Prevent students from going to school for exams. Students who do not take the exam will not be successful. The school will have to close. At the critical moment the ceiling is back. He threw a basketball and knocked out a guy. Then the squadron kicked. Make the enemy fly 10 meters away. The robber took the iron stick and started fighting. In the fight you said, I have to teach this class how to do it. You must know how to protect yourself. Chen then dodged the slap to the stomach. Pick up another guy with a stick and kick again. Suddenly he threw his opponent's spin kick. Immediately fly away. I knocked a few more people down. Next, he holds an iron bar up his ass. The ceiling ran up to the second floor and threw a big stick. 10 thugs chasing you. I can't believe you came down from the second floor. One of his kicks knocked out more than 10 people. This fighting power is taking care of an enemy. The students applauded the teacher at the same time. That's cool right now. The students ran to the exam school to take the graduation confronted with the boss. I can't believe he's a piano genius. I was beaten by you. I don't understand why it's like this. He was punched in the middle of the face. Then I dragged him to the cupboard. The boss risked his life to fight back. Finally, two people stormed into the classroom. The boss threw a fatal blow against the ceiling on the table. You hit me in the head with a chalk box. Then Chen Xia clamped his neck and turned the object. The boss used all his strength to escape. He's got the conduit. Pull the wires to put the entire table in one place. It puts Chen in the middle. The ceiling crawled under the table, and the boss stood on the table, bare round sneaking from behind the enemy falling object. The boss fell hard to the ground. The war ended in victory. But I felt as a child, I made a mistake with the boss. So I stuck a knife in my thigh. Since then, you don't owe each other anything. Chen Xia came out of the classroom. Now the students have successfully passed the exam. With outstanding performance, the Department of Education has decided to continue the aim. The school continued to teach. This movie is the end. This movie is called Big Brother. This question period. Do you like the action movies of Chen Xia? If you like it, press 1, and if you don't like it, press 2. Thank you for your interest. Follow. Hello and see you later.